I hope everyone is having a great Tuesday night. By the way, we go live on Tuesdays and Saturdays at 9 p.m. Central Time. So that's kind of what we got going on right now. And I'm finishing getting everything set up. And then we will get started here. Everyone is having a great Tuesday. Hold on a second. Just bear with me. I hope you guys are having a great Tuesday. And let's see what the Crypto Fear and Greed Index is currently right now. Right now, we're currently sitting at 34. That means that we're in fear, but we're not in extreme fear. I think we were in extreme fear a little bit ago, maybe not, but maybe not. Yesterday we were at 38. Last week we were in greed at 60, and last month we were at 53 in the neutral. So let's head on over to Bookmap, kind of see where all of the liquidity is at on Bitcoin, and then we can go from there. This kind of sets up the TA to see what Bitcoin is going to do next. So on the weekly time frame, you still have a lot of liquidity at $130,000 for Bitcoin. Let me zoom in so that you guys can see it. We still have a lot of liquidity sitting up here at $130,000 for Bitcoin. But to the downside, you have a lot of liquidity still at 105. And then if you come over here and look at the daily time frame, you still see a lot of orders down at 105. Bookmap right now suggests that it's most likely, based on the daily and weekly time frame, that sooner rather than later, we are going to get some orders and a move down to about $105,000. That means that Bitcoin would be taking out the lows that we made on Friday, and that could happen as soon as this week, or maybe, who knows when it's going to happen, but Bookmap suggests sooner rather than later, we go down and we test about $105,000. So just be cautious, be aware. It's possible, and I would say at least a 60% chance that we are going to get a move down here on Bitcoin. So that's kind of what Bookmap suggests. Now we can go over here and see what the charts suggest that we do. Let's go over here and look at Bitcoin, and we're going to do a top-down analysis on what Bitcoin is doing. So right now, Bitcoin, it just looks kind of bearish. Like the daily time frame is oversold, but you're not really getting the bounce. So to me, that's not a very good sign. And I'm just going to kind of reset the chart and kind of see what I see going on. Like, yes, the daily is oversold. You look at the money flow, that's coming down. So at the end of the day, I don't really love what I see on the daily, but I don't hate it either. We're going to have to look at other time frames. So I'm not in any Bitcoin trades right now. So I do have a fresh mind when it comes to what's going to happen next, or what's likely to happen next. Daily time frame, it's getting oversold. Now, it never got completely oversold though. The 12-hour time frame right now, same thing, it doesn't look fantastic to me. 8-hour time frame, like, if anything on the 8-hour time frame, that's about to be a lower high on the stock hour side, and I see this as like a round to top. So at the end of the day, the 8-hour time frame looks pretty bearish to me, and it looks like we might roll over. If I jumped out of the 6-hour time frame, it's still not overbought, but that's still a lower high. The 4-hour time frame got overbought. That's a lower high significantly. The last time we were overbought on the 4-hour time frame below that was the all-time high at $126,000. So to me at this point, it looks likely it's a lower high. I would expect a low now for Bitcoin, which means that would be a move below $107,000 by the time this gets oversold. We'll see what happens. Again, Bookmap has orders at 105. Bookmap would agree that we could easily make a lower low now for Bitcoin on the 4-hour time frame. 3-hour time frame, try to make a higher low. You're about to fail and probably roll over. That's not a good sign. And so I gotta say, based on everything that I see, it looks most likely to me that Bitcoin is going to continue to take a dump to the downside. If you guys have requests for altcoins, let me know in the comment section below, and I'll look at them. But obviously, a lot of altcoins are going to follow whatever Bitcoin is doing, and if Bitcoin's dumping, then you could expect a dump for the entire market. So, could this be a falling wedge here on Bitcoin and kind of save the day? Let's see. We'll see what happens. Like, smaller time frames kind of disagreeing. Like, that's a rising wedge now on the 5-minute, based on how fast they're going up. So, I'm open-minded. Could you say that's a bull flag on the 1-minute? I don't want to look at too small of the time frames. In general, overall, I still see more downside for Bitcoin based on Bookmap and whatnot. Like, yes, this is a falling wedge that could bounce to the upside, but just be cautious. The charts don't look great to me. That is a measured move of $114,000. So here's a bullish scenario. If you're a bull, you would enter long here, stop below 112.2, and a take profit at 114. If you're a bear, you want to see this roll over, make a lower high in the 15-minute time frame. So I think there's life on the smaller time frames, like the 15-minute, but it doesn't look fantastic to me. And I wouldn't be buying into this pump right now. I wouldn't be. That's not financial advice. That's just what I see going on in the markets. I see short-term removal upcoming, but I don't think it's going to go up to 114. Maybe I'm so wrong, but I'm not buying it. I'm not buying this right now. I do like the fact that the Bitcoin is above the 5-minute, 200-day moving average. That is a very good sign to me. This does mean you could get a bounce here. So 5-minute looks good to me. I'll say that. I'll leave it at that. 5-minute does look like you could get a move back to 114. But again, the higher time frames look bearish to me, and Bookmap suggests that Bitcoin is going to roll over here. So if you really want to take a long here, to me, it would be on the 5-minute time frame. And I gave you the take profit 114, stop loss below 112.2, and that's what I'd be doing. At this point, you almost missed the trade entry because now it's already at 113. So to me, at this point, I would not enter the trade. You missed it. If you wanted to enter the trade, I would have had to see it down here, and I didn't see it down here. But that's so to me, the 15-minute could get to 114, but beyond that, it's still, to me, in my opinion, basically Bitcoin has been up and down a few $1,000s here and there, but overall it's been chop and it's been pretty hard to trade today. I would just kind of stay away from the charts until we get some more clear direction of where we want to go. Appreciate if you guys hit the likes. It does help support the channel. By the way, I did have to make a new Telegram account. If you guys want to join, that link to join is on my TikTok bio. I did make a new Telegram because somehow I got locked out of my other one. Not quite sure exactly how that happened. By the way, we are live on YouTube as well. Just letting you guys know. So yeah, that's my update for Bitcoin. Maybe we get to 114, but I would say this: the most likely situation is that we roll over here. If we take out this low at $112,200, then really the next target I see is 111.2 to the downside. If you take out that low, I'd be looking for a bottom at 110, and if you take that out, you could be looking to take out the lows at 107 that you hit on Friday. You hit $107,000 exactly on the Coinbase exchange on Friday. So if you lose 111.2, if you lose 110, I'd be looking for 107,000 to be the next support to the downside for Bitcoin. So that's my update. I wouldn't be. I told you I wouldn't be buying into this pump. I see more downside coming for Bitcoin, but you are above the 5-minute 200, so. If you want to be bullish on any time frame, that's the time frame I'd be bullish on. Hoping you can hold. The bulls must hold the 200-day moving average on the 5-minute, coming in at 112.2. If you can't do that, I see a lot more downside coming for Bitcoin, possibly down to 105, which is what Bookmap suggests. So that's Bitcoin in a nutshell. To me, it's still sketchy at best. It just does. So if you guys have a request, let me know. What software is that? Well, right now this is TradingView. So, yeah, let me see. Yeah, right now I'm using TradingView, and if you, is that what you're talking about? I don't know. So, if you guys have a request for altcoins, let me know. Otherwise, I appreciate if you guys hit the likes and subscribe. It does help support the channel, especially while Bitcoin is struggling. When the viewers fall off a little bit. Where did I learn the software? Well, it's TradingView. And are you talking about how did I learn TA? Well, I've been doing it for a few years now, and I learned it from other YouTubers. So this is just another altcoin that I'd be watching, especially if Bitcoin dumps. This could dump as well. So yeah, right now this is Right now, this is kind of what I see going on. I see a lot of charts probably getting a dip to the downside today, and I don't know. That's just what I see going on. Right? This market is not very fruitful. I don't have a lot of money in this exchange, but I see downside for this. I'm going to take a short on whatever this coin is. So this is the one trade I'm going to enter tonight. I do want to put a stop loss. Did it not enter the short? Open short. Interesting. I'm confused at what's going on. I'm just trying to figure this out right now. I don't know if the exchange is down or what is happening. Why? So my liquidation. Okay, I need to add a stop loss in. 0.04. Bear with me while I make sure that this is all situated nicely. My stop loss has to be like right there. And we'll see what happens with that trade. So that's the trade I'm in right now. I don't know. We'll see if I win this or not. Risking it like 15 bucks. When I charted it on the TradingView exchange, it looked better. We'll see. So if you guys have a request for altcoins, let me know. I appreciate you guys have the likes. It does help support the channel. But as far as I'm concerned right now, Bitcoin looks more bearish than bullish to me. And that's kind of just where I stand with that. It just looks bad. I mean, here's your bullish scenario. You get to move up to 114, but overall, guys, I mean, you would need this bull flag to pump here. And I think you have a chance if you hold 112.2. If you don't hold 112.2, well, then it's not going to happen. So, yeah, it's pretty simple to me. I'd watch this bull flag here on the 15-minute, on the 10-minute, 15-minute time frame for Bitcoin. If you hold $112,200, I see more upside for Bitcoin for the rest of the night, up to about 115. Actually, the measure move is above 115.8. But if you lose $112,200, then the next support I see is about 110. So those are the levels I'd watch if I would be looking to enter a Bitcoin long. It would be enter now with a stop below 112.2. And that's my update for Bitcoin into tonight. With that being said, guys, that's kind of what I want to talk about. I don't see any requests for altcoins. We're live on YouTube and TikTok. I don't see anyone watching on YouTube. So that's just what I wanted to do. I do have to get up early tomorrow, so I'm going to make it a pretty short stream. But as far as I'm concerned, guys, I see more downside for Bitcoin, and I'll leave it at that. That's where I stand. And I'll be back live on Saturday to update you guys again at 9 p.m. Central Time. But for right now, guys, I see more downside for a Bitcoin. I see more downside for Bitcoin. I will say this, if Bitcoin makes a higher high above 113.7, I see a move possibly up to about 116K then, 116.1. But if Bitcoin cannot get above 113.7, then really Bitcoin is not going to break out. So that's the breakout point, is a 113.7. That's the level I'd watch for a confirmation that we're going to get a move to 116.1. And if you lose 112.2, well, then I would be looking for about 110,000 again on Bitcoin. Those are the two levels I'd watch for, if this then that, for both scenarios. And with that being said, guys, the trend's your friend till the end. Right now, Bitcoin is struggling, and it's below the 4-hour 200. So I would say the trend overall short term is to the downside. So I'll leave it at that. Always use a stop loss, guys. That's my update on the markets. It doesn't look great, and I'll see you guys in the next one. If on the way out, appreciate you guys hit the likes. It does help support the channel. I hope you guys have a great rest of your Tuesday, and we can go from there on Saturday. Saturday, I have more time to stream, but for right now, I see more downside coming for Bitcoin, and I will leave it at that. Yeah, I see more downside coming for Bitcoin. It's pretty simple in my opinion. All right, guys, I'm going to wrap it up. Have a great night. I'll see you guys in the next one. Adios. That was a very